In today's video, I'm going to be interviewing one of my friends who is a third-year medical student currently studying at UV Gullas College of Medicine. So a few weeks back, I visited UV Gullas College of Medicine, and which I shared on my channel, and I noticed that a lot of my subscribers really wanted to know more about the school. So because I'm not a student of UV Gullas College of Medicine, I decided to invite one of my friends who is currently a student there to give you more insight regarding medical education at their school. In addition, she is also a Nigerian, and she traveled back to Nigeria in January of 2021, and since then she has also been having her online classes from Nigeria. I also intend to ask her how medical school online has been going so far, and a lot of other questions regarding medical education in Nigeria. If this is the kind of content you would like to watch, make sure to stick around. Hello lovelies, welcome back again to my channel. It's your girl Adi, and I'm a third-year medical student currently living and studying in Philippines. If you're a returning subscriber, you guys, thank you so much. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you find a reason to subscribe to my channel. So without wasting much time, let's head right into the interview. So our guest today is one of my friends, and she is currently in Nigeria, and she's also a medical student. Third year, right? Same year, we are in the same level.
Yeah.
She studies at UV Gullas. Why am I doing the introduction? Please let me allow her to introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Osavia, but you can call me Osas.
Okay.
Often fine when I tell people about my name Osavia, they don't know how to pronounce it. It's the modern name for me, so I decided to start calling myself Osas.
Okay.
So I'm a third year medical student in Gullas College of Medicine, Philippines, Cebu City.
Yeah. and she's Nigerian. What part of Nigeria are you from? What part of Nigeria?
I'm from Edo State.
Edo State.
Benin City.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what language do you guys speak in Edo State? Is it Edo? It's called Edo as well?
Not really. Like in my own part of Edo State, I'm from Benin City. So we speak Benin. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you say hello to my subscribers, greeting my subscribers in Benin?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Then you reply, oh, yes, say. Oh, yes, say. When I say, well, yeah, then you say, oh, yes, say.
Okay, oh, yes, say. All right. And okay, let's just head right into the interview. It's so good to see you. Actually, it's very good to see you. Like, we've not seen for a while. We've not even seen, we've not seen physically, right?
You chatting on Messenger and Twitter.
I met her on Twitter, right? Like, yes. I posted one picture on Twitter, and she happens to she replied, and that's how we met actually. And coincidentally, we study in the same city. So, Osas, so I think 2 weeks ago, I went to your school. You saw that video I sent it.
Yes.
I went to your school and I posted it on my channel, and people were really asking questions about your school, and which I may not really be in a better position to answer, right? Because I'm not a student in your school. So that's why I decided to bring you on board. So I think I would start by asking what are the admission requirements for pre-medicine?
Okay, for international students, admission requirements for them, I think is the data page, birth certificate, and your high school certificates. Maybe if you are not from Nigeria, your high school certificates, your last school year.
Okay. How about the medicine?
The medicine, it's a postgraduate course, and you have to get a first degree first before study medicine, just like America's system. So you need to present your first degree transcript and the certificates. Yeah. So
okay. So I think it's pretty much the same thing with my own school. I think that's the basic requirements, your pre-med, and yeah, that's basically it. How about the NMATs for your school? What's the are you required to write? Because some schools can actually allow you to get into first year, then you can write it in your first year. So is it the same way in your own school? Must you
Yeah.
write the NMAT before you get into your first year?
Okay. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, without NMAT, they will allow you to enroll into medicine. Because I had some friends, I think Abdul and some other friends, they wanted to go to UV, but then the registrar told them that without the NMAT, at least even if you didn't get up to the cutoff mark of UV, at least just an attempt, it's okay. So just bring your certificates. But then, yeah. So if you don't have your NMATs, you can get admission prior to COVID-19. But now I think they waived that, you can get in without NMATs. So, but before you graduate, you need to present NMAT certificates.
Okay, so I think that's actually a good thing, I would say. So at least even if you don't have your NMATs before you get in, you're allowed. So when you get into med school, then you can pass it. You're expected to pass it, right? I think this also,
yes.
This also applies to my school. And then regarding the tuition, do you know the tuition for pre-med? For pre-med?
Yeah, for the pre-med, I think it's 350,000 pesos. That's now, I think it's 6,500 USD for the whole pre-med program.
Okay. How long is it? How long does it last? Is it 1 year or 2 years, or what's the number of years for pre-medicine in UV?
Yeah, with all honesty, I think pre-med in UV, it's more than 2 years. I think it's 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, maybe, yes, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years, maybe 2 years and a semester. I think it's 3 years. So there are some people that they were doing pre-med in Gullas College of Medicine, and then I was doing my own pre-med in different school. But then after some time, I graduated, but they were still there. But I don't think they had problem with the school. They told them, I think pre-med is 1 year, 1.5 years. But then when they got in, they told them that no, pre-med has to be 3 years because the locals does their pre-med for 3 years. So they have to do pre-med for 3 years. For other schools, I think it's 2 years, 1 year, but I don't know. But I think for Gullas College of Medicine, it's 3 years, 2 years and a semester, approximately 3 years.
So are you saying that the kind of pre-med that is being done, that's the BS Bio that is being done in UV Gullas, is like the regular pre-med that Filipinos do? Is that the same pre-med they do for foreign students?
Yes. Because for other school, I think they segregate the international student from the local students.
Yeah.
Yes. So for the pre-med degree, but in UV, they go to the same school, the same class and everything. So I think the international students follow their curriculum. There's no special curriculum for international students.
Again, the pre-med that is being done in UV Gullas, is it just foreign students, or it's a mix of foreign students and local students?
Yes, I just said that, like, it's the same. They mix them up. Yeah.
Okay, now you guys, let me explain this because some people may not really understand, because I actually did ask this question before on my channel, right? So the thing is that some schools, the pre-med that they offer in some schools, for foreign students, you're allowed to do maybe the 1 year fast track pre-med, basically. Then you're allowed to go into first year, right? And then, like in UV Gullas, from what she just explained now, that means the school does not provide that fast track pre-med, basically. So what foreign students there also do is the same pre-med that the local student, the Filipinos, do, which I think normally it lasts between 3 to 4 years, depending on the school. But for UV Gullas, you're saying that pre-med lasts for about 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, I think I understand it now. Well, it depends on what everybody wants, right? It depends on what everybody wants. In my own opinion, I know people who did those the 1 year pre-med, and they are doing very well. They are doing very well in med school. But I don't know. I just feel like it depends on what. I think it's good that people know this option, right? There are some schools that do pre-med for 1 year, but then UV Gullas, for international students, they do their pre-med for 2 to 3 years, like you mentioned, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then how about the tuition? Do you know the amount for, did you tell me the amount for tuition for pre-med? You just mentioned it,
Yes,
right?
300, yeah, 350,000 pesos, I guess.
Wow. Okay. And how about medicine? How much do you guys pay per session?
Okay. For my own set, it was a contract.
Okay.
For my own set, it was a contract. When I got into med school, I had to sign, they gave me a contract of what I would pay for the next 4 years in med school. So for my first year, I paid 180,000 pesos. I think in dollars now, that's about 3,800 or $4,000. And second year, same, because the contract you sign is what you're going to follow till you finish. So it all depends on your set. But in my fourth year, I'm required to pay 200,000 pesos because I think 20,000 pesos goes to the hospital we are supposed to do the clerkship in. So it's like 20,000 higher than the actual fee. Yeah. But then I don't know for other sets, but I think it's also the same. The last time I checked, I think it's the same for everybody for now. So
basically how it works is that as you're getting in, you're going to sign a contract where they tell you up front, like the school tells you up front how much you'll be paying per year.
Yes. So they don't have to increase it while you are in school. So like it's a contract. So if they're going to change anything, it will affect the people coming in. So they may change they may sign a different contract, but I don't know. Yeah.
Wow, I really love it. I really love it because firstly, it will give you an idea of how much you're going to be paying, like in your first year, second year, third year, fourth year. Because some schools, maybe in your second year, they'll just increase the tuition. In your third year, they will increase the tuition again. So it's not really stable. Yeah. I think I really love the contract, basically. I really love it because it's not tomorrow. They will just increase the tuition without like, I really love that method anyways. So in your school, do you guys have foreign students in medical school in your school? Like, do you guys have a lot of foreign students?
Yeah, they have a lot of foreign students in my school, and they're up to 10 to 15 different countries from Pakistan, Somali, Indian, Nepali, Kuwait, Kenya, Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, American. There's an Australian guy in my class.
Really?
One Canadian guy, yeah.
He came from Australia?
Yes. Yeah, his name is Simon. Simon, please don't find me. Don't bill me. Don't take me to court.
Really?
Yes. So a lot of people from different countries. So yeah.
Okay. In my school, we also have lots of
foreign
students.
Also have a Thailand. Yeah.
Thailand too. Wow.
Yeah, Thailand and Japanese. I think there's one Japanese woman I know. There.
Wow, that's interesting. So like your school, you guys have like they're open to foreign students basically.
Yes.
And then what are your challenges so far? Yeah, studying medicine basically. What are your challenges so far?
In my school or in general?
Depending on how you want to answer it, maybe your school and also generally.
Okay. Basically, in my school, the challenge I had then in first year prior to COVID-19 is that they don't give grace. Grace in the sense that if you don't pay your tuition fee, they can literally tell you to go out of the class. You won't be able to write exam. So in your contract, you are asked to pay, since we have 2 semesters, so two semester is 8 months. First semester is 4 months. Second semester is 4 months. I make up the academic year section. Then in your first 2 months, if you cannot pay the first semester fee, which is 90,000 pesos, about 2,000 USD, they can tell you, okay, you can pay $1,000 in the first 2 months, which is 50,000 pesos. Then another $1,000 in the second month, the next month. Then after the 2 months, you have to pay another 50,000 pesos, which is 90,000.
Okay.
Pesos. Then when you move over to second semester, upon registration for second semester courses, you are asked to pay like 45,000 pesos. And then for the first 2 months, then next 2 months before the exam, you need to clear your bill, 45,000 pesos. So if you cannot meet up
With the
that
schedule.
to be honest, no mercy.
Wow.
To be honest with you, okay.
Go ahead.
To be honest with you, no medicine. Like they can literally during the exam, even if they want you prior to the exam, if you have not paid your tuition fee, don't write exam, don't come to the class, and coconut head to the class. Then the school police, there's this school security, they come to the class and then cop out people that have paid their tuition fee. They'll literally come to your seat like, oh, let me see your exam permit. Because prior to exam, they'll give you exam permit for those that have paid their tuition fee. So they'll come to your seat. Please, can I see your exam permit? And then if you don't, if you don't show the exam permit, they'll tell you, get out of the exam hall. It's very, very embarrassing, no grace. So I think I approached my dean. I was like, Sir, I don't like this aspect of this school whereby if you don't pay your tuition fee, there's no grace, times are hard for people. Everybody came out from different backgrounds. So you wouldn't, then the dean said, some Indians and some other foreign students, sorry, Indians, some Indians and some Thailand, Japanese people, they have cars, power bike, and big phone. iPhone 12, iPhone 11, and if they can afford to buy iPhone 12, buy power by what? Almost 4,000 USD. So you want to tell me that they have tuition fee of 4,000 USD for 1 year? It's not possible. So if I'm not hard,
I think
if I'm not hard on them, they will pay tuition fee.
I don't know.
I tried to talk to my dean that, I tried to talk to my dean that, Africa is different. Africa is a developing country and times are hard in Africa. There's no money in Africa. Then my dean replied that, oh, Africa, you're from Nigeria. I said, yes, your country is number 8 in the world that produce crude oil. They have money, so don't tell me you have to pay your tuition fee. So that's all. I don't know.
That's a challenge. But I think
in regards to that.
but let's be honest, right? Let's just be fair enough. They give you like a contract before you get into medical school. They even like break it down. I understand that sometimes you may not really have that money. There are sometimes you will not really have that money. But I think that their structure too, maybe if there's a way for our school though, if there's a genuine reason why you're not able to meet up with your payment, that's for my school. You're expected to write a promissory note that you will take to the finance office, and then the finance office, they are going to review it, and if they see that your reason makes sense, then they are going to consider you. Do you guys have something like that in your own school?
Yes, they do, but you have to pay at least 45,000 pesos, and then you cannot move over your debt to the next semester. So before the next semester, you need to clear your debts, regardless of the promissory notes. So I don't know if you understand.
Yeah,
so
I do.
You have to clear your debts. If not, you won't even be promoted to the next semester, because for you to go to the second semester, you need to do another course registrations. So which you need to pay your tuition fee. So there's no grace for that. So I think that is a challenge, because I know some people that maybe things fall apart in their family, their parents, they were able to pay their tuition fee, so they were asked to leave the exam hall. So because of that, the person, she couldn't meet up, and then she ended up failing. So she had to just leave the school.
So you traveled in December of 2020, right? You traveled back to Nigeria in 2020. And I'm just wondering, how are you able to cope with the online classes, coupled with the fact that, so you guys, Nigeria is, Philippines is like 7 hours ahead of Nigeria. So imagine when you have 9 o'clock classes, 9 o'clock classes basically means it's going to be around 2 a.m. in Nigerian time. Do you get? So how are you coping with the online classes, with the time difference and everything? How are you basically coping?
Okay, thank you for that question. So during school section, last school section.
Yeah.
That was January to May. So because a lot of international students, 70% of international students, they're out of the country, they're out of Philippines. So in order for the school to be fair to them, they decided to move the class to 1 o'clock Filipinos time.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's good.
So that 1 o'clock, if you're in Africa, by then you are that's 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in Nigeria time, in Africa time. Then maybe if you're in America, that would be like 12 a.m. I think so. Yeah, 12 a.m. in the middle of the night, I guess.
Wow.
So they try to centralize it, but though the Americans, they are still saying this is not fair on them. But then at least I think they are okay. They are being fair on us. At least they try to move it to 1 o'clock.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow, that's really nice. So attending classes is not really a challenge for you, basically.
Yes, it's just that if I have exam, I have to be up like maybe 2 or 12 to study, maybe do my review before the exam. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough, and that's really kind of your school, that's really thoughtful of them. And do you think you're learning enough with the online system? Do you think you're really learning enough as a medical student?
To be honest with you, I think it's very challenging. I have to be honest with you. And this online school is not really impactful per se, because I really had the thought of actually dropping this third year. Wow. Yes. I'm not maximizing my tuition fee. Yeah. So I think I should just drop. When things get normal, I can continue. So maybe write a letter to the dean that, you know what, I'm dropping this year, so I can't continue learning online, paying my tuition fee, and this is medicine, and and then I'm not getting what I need to get. Value for your money, basically. Yeah. So, but then I thought about it. Other people are doing it, and you know, if something happened, you have to find a way to cope. Yeah, and because this pandemic, it's not just in Asia or just in Philippines. Yes. It's something that affected the whole world. The whole world. But then, what's really helped me in my second year, because there's this course you need to do in second year, physical diagnosis, physical examination and diagnosis. And you literally need to do some procedure like this subject. Yeah. So you literally need to do some procedure. Yes, but so you need to do some procedure. So since I'm in Nigeria, I took advantage of that. I went to hospital, National Hospital, very close, not so far from my house. Okay. So I go there to do procedure. So if we're doing respiratory, physical diagnosis and history taking, so I go to the pulmonology department and try to get myself acclimatized with those procedures that are meant to do in the pulmonary system or respiratory system. So that's really helped me. So I think because of that, I started having the second thought, okay, let me just continue since I'm still in Nigeria. So during third year, I can miss it. Maybe sometimes go to school, do online school, and then in the evening, I can go to the hospital to do some hands-on procedure. Wow, that's really amazing. Because for us in second year, during our physical diagnosis, because we usually do procedures, so we use ourselves. Like I use my housemate as patient, my housemate uses me as patient. So basically, for you you visit the hospital to do that. Like patients. Yeah, they agreed. I think there was one. Okay, I'm doing my final exam in physical diagnosis, where the doctor, the teacher told us that we have to get a patient, maybe your housemate, your friend, and all of that, and perform procedure, do a video call. But then my younger brother wasn't around. So I had to go to the hospital, beg a patient to use the patient. So wow. Okay. So considering that the borders may not open anytime soon to foreign students, remember we have a new COVID variant and the borders may not be open. In fact, I think Cebu City, we are back to some level of quarantine. Yeah.
I can't remember the exact. I'm going to be
MCQ, modify,
yeah,
enhance.
yeah. So how do you think this is basically going to affect your medical education? Because actually my housemate also went back to Nigeria and she was hopeful that at least by third year, because we're also approved for limited face-to-face. So she was thinking at least third year will be able to come back. But the way things are going, I don't know if the borders will be
It will be
open
difficult. Yeah.
anytime soon. So in your own opinion, how do you think this situation is affecting your medical education as a foreign student?
Like I said earlier,
Yeah,
that third year for Philippine medical school, you have to do some sort of clerkship, like junior clerkship. You have to go to the hospital to do some things, take history,
Yes.
So like I said earlier, I will start going to the hospital. So once, I think my dean actually mailed me, I think 2 days ago, that the timetable for clerkship rotation is going to be on next week. So when the timetable is out there, I will just follow that. So it's time for us to, instead of me to be doing Zoom clerkship, like doing Zoom tele-rotation to the Philippines hospital, so I will just go in person to the hospital, then do the rotation. So maybe probably if they have a logbook they need to send to me, then the consultant can sign it that, oh, she was here for this during this period.
So basically you're actually having a blended experience using the online system for your school and then the physical learning at the National Hospital in Nigeria. That's so amazing. Honestly, that's really, really, really amazing. So yeah, what's the pandemic situation in Nigeria, in Abuja, basically? Like, are people taking the vaccines? Are people open to taking the vaccines? Have you been vaccinated? So basically, what's the pandemic situation?
You guys,
life has continued.
You guys, okay, for the vaccine, I think I was one of the first set of people that vaccinated. I even got my vaccine before the president. because my hospital, the hospital I was rotating in was the hospital they launched the vaccine.
Wow.
So they launched it on the 5th of
Is it National Hospital? Is it
National Hospital? Yes, National Hospital. They launched it on the 5th of March 2021. So I took my own on the 7th of March. I think this is my so I think this I took my own 7th of March 2020. And
2021.
2021. I'm number 66.
Wow.
All over the world. Okay.
So which brand of vaccine were you giving? Which
AstraZeneca.
Okay. But are people really taking the vaccines?
To be honest, a lot of people, I think they need more awareness, because a lot of people, they don't want to take this vaccine. They are playing rumor that, oh, this vaccine is bio whatsoever, and they are going to use it to kill them, so they are not receptive to this vaccine. And like, so there are some, sorry to say, National Hospital, there are some health workers that they refuse to take
the
vaccine. Yes, some of mine, some health workers, some doctors, they refuse to take this vaccine, and some educated people, they refuse to take this vaccine. They don't believe in this vaccine because they claim that, clinical trials, like, when you're producing vaccine on drugs in pharmacology, it takes about
some number of years.
Yes, and 4 stages. So I think because of this, the way the pandemic is killing everyone, I think because of the way the pandemic is dealing with us, so they rushed like phase 2 and phase 3, and then they produce.
So people are kind of vaccine.
Like, so they are skeptical about the fact that they've not really
enough clinical trials,
this vaccine and done the clinical trials, so they are not receptive to it. Wow. It's even better in Abuja. People try to even, maybe because Abuja is a bit civilized, so people try to even take this vaccine. But my state, from Edo State, my goodness, like, they don't even want to hear that. They don't even want to hear that vaccine. To be honest, because I went to Benin City, I think May. I was trying to talk to people like, have you taken your vaccine? Like, what do you mean? What vaccine? What is vaccine? I don't want to hear that. That thing is not good. That it will take you to hell. Imagine that. So I think there should be more awareness, or maybe the government should create a measures whereby it restricts people from accessing maybe bank, marketplace, mall.
I think more awareness needs to be created about the importance
more awareness
of getting...
and put some measures in places for them to stop people from going into some important places without the vaccine. Just like if you don't have mask, you cannot go to the bank. So if you don't have vaccine, you cannot enter the bank. I think people will be more receptive.
Exactly. To take it. I agree with you. So how about the medical schools in Nigeria? Have they started physical classes yet?
Yes, most of the medical schools in Nigeria, they've started, apart from Ibadan. I think Ibadan just started last week. Prior to last week, Monday, it's been Zoom lectures, online classes.
Okay. All right. So what's your advice to incoming foreign medical students who intend to come to your school or who intend to take up medicine?
Okay, let me start from my school. In my school, my advice is that just be ready with your money. So you don't, be ready with your money and try as much as possible to be, to take your attendance serious. Because in my school, attendance is really, really serious. The school police literally come to class to call your name, because they notice that when you give the paper to the registrar, to the class captain to call name, he will compromise. So because of that, the HRO, student affair coordinator, told the security people to start calling the name. So they come to class early in the morning, call your name. After the class, they come back again and call your name. So if you're absent twice, it's a very big problem for you. So if you have like 3 absence, the HRO of the school will call you like, why are you not going to school? What's going on? So that attendance, if you are the kind of person that likes this PBL, PBL?
What's PBL?
Problem-based learning. I think some schools like CDU and some other schools, they do it, not the traditional learning system. So I think if you are the type that loves to read on your own, just come to school and write your exam. I think my school is not a good option. I have to be honest, because you really have to be coming to class every single day. And sometimes you go to school on Saturday. During my first year, all the time, my first semester, second semester, my minor courses was on Saturday. I go to school on Saturday, 8 o'clock. I come back home like 7 or 6 p.m. in the evening, because preventive medicine and community health, it was on Saturday. Psychiatric, it was on Saturday. And sometimes researches was on Saturday. TC's courses was on Saturday. So I go to school on Saturday, Monday to Saturday. There was a time I had to go to school on Sunday to write a research exam. So and then there was also a time I had to go to school on Sunday for research classes, because the lecturer was not around. He traveled, so he needed to make up so that before the exam to cover the curriculum. So the
advice,
that's another advice. So if you like PBL, I don't think my
problem-based exam,
because problem-based learning, PBL. Problem-based.
So basically, your advice to incoming foreign medical students coming to your school is that they should attend
your money, attend classes, and that's it basically.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for your time. I am very, very grateful. Thank you so much. But to wrap up this interview, how do you say thank you for watching Adi's? Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Adi's channel. How do you say that in Benin? Yes.
Hey, God. Okay. Lao, please. Thank you. Okay, wait. Okay, Lao. Ube a channel na. Ube a channel na. kindly, I don't know how to say. No, I know how to speak my language, but I don't know how to say everything in my language.
Yeah, you can just mix it up. Yeah, it's okay.
Laho, Echanena, Pegogo Noro.
Yay! So sweet.
Pegogo Noro and Uriye. A good name. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you. Please kindly subscribe, support my girls, support medical education in the Philippines, and
Thank you so much.
Just subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you.
So if you watched to this point, thank you so much for watching, and also don't forget to give your thoughts in the comment section. Be sure that I'll definitely respond to you. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also share it to your family and your friends if you find it very valuable. And this brings me to the end of today's video. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.